Hi, Kevin Blanche. I'm going to talk about how the corporations have betrayed America and the reasons that this country has evolved into the nightmare that it is and where we're at. And, I've got some ideas on trying to fix it as an economist. I really do. I have some really good ideas. Well, one, companies like GM, they make me physically sick. They really make me physically sick. I would not ever buy another GM in my life if somebody put a gun to my head. I'm done with them. The CEOs ought to be ashamed of themselves. Look, we fought Korea. We fought Vietnam. We were fighting Chinese. Go talk to anybody who ever fought in Korea. Go talk to a Marine historian. Go talk to an Army historian about the most heinous battles those organizations have ever fought. My father died in the name of the Cold War. We were fighting Chinese communism. That's what we fought Korea. That's what we fought Vietnam. Hundreds of thousands of men died. Hundreds of thousands. And you people that were raised by them, you had uncles, fathers, you know the repercussions and the ugliness that evolved from all this. And if you're a young guy and you get a chance, they might open up to you if they're still alive. Their grandchildren, they won't open up to us. I have a friend who was over there in Korea, and they were pinned down in the mountains by the Chinese. The Chinese sent literally millions of troops, so many that they didn't even have weapons enough for. They were fighting with sticks and bayonets. This guy was a machine gunist. He said they were stacking human bodies like sandbags. He was missing half his foot, 2 fingers from frostbite. They all come back with frostbite. It was heinous. It's some of the heinous battles ever fought, and they just kept pouring in and pouring. They pinned him down. They forced him back. You remember, read about MacArthur. Remember how he was going to go right into China to take it over? So we fought these wars in the name of Chinese communism. China hasn't changed one iota. So what does GM do? GM goes sets up shop there. They rob our jobs here. They rob our jobs, and then they go broke and they come back and beg to us. Oh, please, please give us some money. And we're so stupid we do it. Here. Thinking that they'll give us our jobs back here. I've been doing some research. They have more jobs in China right now than they did before the TARP bailout. They're selling more cars in China than before the TARP bailout. They have no more jobs here. They make me sick. These men all died and fought to make a bunch of CEOs and board members filthy stinking rich. And, I wouldn't buy a Chinese good. I really, really try not to. I wouldn't walk in a Walmart for freaking no amount of money. It makes me sick. And it's, the right has Kool-Aid drank these guys up and allowed them to do this. Anything they ask, they get. They're too big. The right in this country is so, they try to rewrite history. I listen to Michelle Bachmann speak. Oh my God. You know what? You guys trying to rewrite history, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. There's too many guys like me out there. So many historians, there's too many. It ain't going to work. And another thing, the so-called Fox News ought to be ashamed of themselves. The stuff they've shoved down our throat. Remember this. If you're a teacher or anything, pull it up and play it. Remember Glenn Beck's famous freaking economic summit he had after the election of Barack Obama, where he was crying and he had this whole board. Remember, there's people up there supporting him. Wall Street people were on this board. And he's in the Dow's going to be 3,000, the market's it's all wiped out, blah, blah. That, in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, in my class when I start teaching, I'm going to set up a set of the worst journalism in American history. That will be number 1. That is the poorest piece of American journalism ever in the history of America concocted. It's disgusting. It's retarded. It's sickening. Yet, it's okay. So we have these jobs right back in China. Donald Trump's right. First, number 1, tariffs. We need to put tariffs on Chinese goods coming into this America, just like Donald Trump says. 25, I say 50%. 50% on China. Everybody says, oh, China, oh, you'll piss them off. Yeah, who gives a shit if we piss them off? They're communists. They're scumbags. They exploit freaking little children. They freaking smash down anybody who stands up to them. They kill them. Try voicing your opinion over there. They kill you. And it's a sickening, horrible regime over there. And trust me, they need us much more than we need them. They're buying they buy our bonds for interest because where are they going to put their money? Back into their own currency? Read about the history of their currency. Look, we were just fine without China. They weren't fine without us. The hell with them. We fight these wars and we do all these things. So companies like GM makes me sick. The board of directors of these corporations, they're in Davos, Switzerland today. They make me sick. Every one of them make me, and CNBC supports them, puts them up on a pedestal. There's nothing American about them. They don't employ anybody in America. They don't sell anything in America. They don't benefit. They don't pay any taxes in America. Oh, we pay 40% tax. Oh, yeah? Read all the studies. The so-called American corporations pay less than 2% tax because of the loopholes. Paying tax. So they exploit the American names, all they do, in the Americans' face after they destroying us. They take our jobs. They don't put anything back into our society. You know. So number one, tariffs. Number two, if you are an American company like GM, you're making goods abroad and trying to bring them back in here and exploiting us in that fashion, 300% tariff. Shut them down. Really. I don't want your Chinese GM pieces of shit. I really don't. I don't want a vehicle to drive that I know that is enslaved, impoverished, exploited child making 7 cents an hour made. Don't want it. I'm not going to participate. 3. All the people that exploited illegal labor in this country over the last decade. The IRS has the ability to go back 10 years. 10 years. Okay? It is not the illegals' fault. And the children of these illegals, we can't pass the DREAM Act? It disgusts me, these poor kids. You know, all they know is American. They're as American as you as I. Coming as little kids, whatever, they go to our school system and everything. Oh yeah, go back to a culture you don't even understand, you don't even know. It's not their fault. They didn't do this. I'll tell you who did it. The fat ass, hairsprayed exploiters. Too lazy to go to college. Too lazy to finish college. Too lazy to learn a trade. Why not? Just exploit somebody and, you know, slip them a little cash. Well, the IRS has the ability to go back on these people. 10 years. Okay, they filed their tax return. They claimed wages on these guys. Match up Social Security numbers. None of them match. We all know the government has the ability to do matching through a computer. Match them all. Every one of these guys who made money, who hired any kind of illegal, I don't know, go after them. And it's easy. When they were claiming that money as wages, throw that deduction out. Just simply throw it out. They claimed, say they had a business and they made $300,000 and they claimed $150,000 or $200,000 in wages. Very typical. I don't care if you're a landscape contractor, drywall contractor, stucco contractor, meat cutter, all of them. I don't care. The good, honest ones were smashed and taken out of the equation, annihilated. Okay? You claim that on wages? That Social Security doesn't match. Throw it out. The government knows these people made that money illegally. Illegally is the key. They exploited the situation. Go after them. Hammer these guys down. Get them out of business. Wipe them out so that real businessmen can emerge back. I mean, young guys, what are they being taught? Be honest, you fail. Cheat the system, you might have a shot. Exploit other human beings. What are we saying in America? We fought this wars, Vietnam and Korea. I mean, hundreds of thousands of men gave their lives. The American taxpayers gave their money. What did the corporations, what are these CEOs? They make me sick. What did they give? Nothing. They stood on the sidelines and clapped. Go get them, boys. Go get them, boys. Well, they ate their caviar and sat on the freaking beach in the south of France. They're in Davos today. They make me physically sick. You know what? There's the problem. And we will not stand up to them in America. Because the right empowers them. CNBC empowers them. What does it matter with America? Enough. Enough. Tariffs. We need tariffs again. And the GM, I wouldn't buy a GM. No way. I'm done with them. And I've bought dozens and dozens of GMs in my life. I will never buy another GM. I'll take the bus first. I won't buy any of these cars. I don't care. I'm disgusted. Kevin Blanch, July. Or excuse me, I wish July, January.